using the STRAT is the best way to go because it shows you exactly what's happening in real time. And you can see these actionable signals that are setting up. All right, today is June 14th, 2022. We're looking at Tesla. This is a daily. It did not overshadow the previous day's candle. It did break below, but it didn't break above. Therefore, it is a 2. It is very close to a 3, but it is a 2 if you are using the STRAT method. And that's what we're going to talk about. That's what we continue to talk about. What we're going to see today is how price action works and how the STRAT works and how we knew that this was going to happen. This right here is called an actionable signal. This tells you that something is about to happen. So again, we saw a break to the bottom and then a rise to the top. And remember the 50% rule? Remember how what we do is we determine the previous day's high and the low, and then we take the average and then figure out where the middle point is. And then once this today's candle starts getting close to that, catches our attention because we see that this is about to go to the upside. So again, we'll go over this real quick and we will get our fib and take it down. Again, I just take everything out except for 0, 50%, and 1. Okay, so at 662.52 is the 50% mark. Okay, and what we saw was this candle go down and then go up and then up and up and up and up and up and then retrace back down towards the end of the day. Let's look at the hourly. What you see here was the potential entry point. Okay, this was a potential entry point. This was the first candle of the hour of the day, and it was a huge dip to the bottom. And then what do we have? We had an inside candle. This is a 1. We had an inside candle because it never broke above or below the previous time frame's candle, which would be the hour. Now what we saw was the breakdown, then up, and then touched across the top. So once this candle formed and went beyond this candle right there, that was your buy signal right there. You're in right here, 656.90. And then you watch it, and then you just start setting stops along the way to protect yourself. And we're going to be looking for targets. Okay, what's the target that this trade will probably go to? Well, we look at the previous levels. Okay, we see one level here. That was a potential 669.78, and then we see another one here at 680.20, in that ballpark. Okay, so we know that we're going to get close to here. That should be a good profit-taking point. So we mark that out, and then we kind of just keep an eye on it. And what happened? It went up, then it came back down. The next candle formed, took a dump, had a bunch of sellers, and then took off again. And it surpassed this mark here at 689.88, and then went up and then again retraced back down. But what did it do? It got really close to that one high. So it blew past the first level, then we had our second level here, and it almost got to that and then retraced back for the rest of the day. So if you would have gotten in this trade here when the signal told you to and rode it even to the first line, that's a good healthy profit. You could have ridden it up to here, and then when it starts retracing, and then go ahead and call it quits and get out with a healthy profit in your pocket. And that's the whole idea. That is the whole idea, knowing when to get in and when to get out. And that's action. That is nothing but price action. Okay, we're looking at the daily again. Again, how did we know? How did we even think that this was possibly going to go up? I mean, the day started and it did go down, and it did surpass the previous day's candle. So we're thinking, okay, it's going to dump. Well, hold your horses. Again, watch what is happening. Okay, initially it went down. Within the next hour, it started to go back up. That is an actionable signal. All right, this was developed by Rob Smith in the Black. You can go to his YouTube channel. And he came up with these 12 different things that happen in trading. There's 12. That's it. There's actually 3. Either price goes up, goes down, or it goes sideways, one or the other. And that's where he came up with the 1s, 2s, and 3s. And The one is a candle, if you look here in the top left, one is the candle that doesn't break above or below the previous candle. A 2 is one that breaks up or down, either way, but it's only got to break one side. And a 3 is one that breaks above and below the previous candle's high, like here, the previous candle high and the low. It breaks both sides, so that's a 3. So that's only 3 things that can happen. So it's very simple. So what you want to do is get familiar with these things and understand how they work and kind of start getting familiar with the trends, what's happening. And this works on every time frame. This just does not work on the long. It also works on the shorter time frames. But when you see these things starting to happen, you can see this, especially what we saw today. We saw a bullish reversal, didn't we? We saw the previous day, and then we started seeing a dump off here, and then what's going to happen? Boom. So possibly tomorrow, since we had a day 2 to the downside, but it's closed very, very close to the top, we're going to possibly see another bullish day tomorrow, hopefully. If not, keep your eyes open for any signals that are actionable that's going to tell you to go short. But either way, before you even pull the trigger, you want to get your target set for your entry points and your exits. You got to have strategy before you even trade. You cannot walk blindly into a trade. It looks good, I'm buying here, and then you don't know, you're just going to watch what happens. That's failure. That is a bloodbath waiting to happen. So what you want to do is, again, look at what's happening. Look at what's happening. Look at the actionable signal, which we saw today. And again, that was a second mark right there, but it didn't quite hit it, did it? And it started coming down. So again, past the 50% mark, we could have got in, rode it to the top, starts pulling back, get out, walk away, we're done for the day. It's that simple. No emotions, straight up facts of what's happening. And we see this so clearly. Using the STRAT is the best way to go because it shows you exactly what's happening in real time. And you can see these actionable signals that are setting up. I mean, look at it going to the other side, the other way. We saw this candle here, right? A break up to the upside. And then what? It broke up and then started coming back down again. Again, apply the 50% rule. You enter, you're down. You're making money. Again, this is just a STRAT. It's no signals, no moving averages, nothing. It's just price action, and this is an actionable signal. This tells you something's about to happen. Did we have one down here? Of course we did. Of course we did. Did we have one here? Of course we did. Let's go all the way up here. Did we have one here? Of course we did. These are all actionable signals that's going to help you see what's happening and what's coming and how to prepare and set up a trade, an entry point, and an exit strategy. Those are key in your success in trading. This is Tesla. This is what it did today on the 14th of June. And keep your eyeballs on it. We're going to see what's happening because we're getting very close to the bottom. Could we break below it, or could this be a springboard? Let's just keep an eye. We got to always remember, keep your eye on Spider and see what's happening with the QQQ, and keep an eye on those as well and see what's happening overall in the market to kind of gauge everything. But keep your eyes on Tesla. Something's about to happen.